Hey everyone, this is Jesse from Janjo. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Link Evolution, I recently have been playing a bit of it on Janjo Live, and I'm probably gonna play more of it coming up for any future Janjo stream. Make sure to sub and hit that bell so you know when I'm streaming. So far, I'm really enjoying the game. I'm loving the gameplay, the cinematic of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is presented in terms of, playing the cards, using them, and everything. It feels great. I really love playing it. But there's just some things about it that has really shown the game is ultimately a letdown. Now, for those who are unaware, Yu-Gi-Oh! Link Evolution is sort of an updated version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, which this is also sort of called that. The whole title is Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution, but Legacy of the Duelist came out a couple years ago, people liked it, and then they released this one, which was kind of hyped up to be an updated, even bigger version. I was really excited about that. They include the Link mechanic, they include stuff from Viraines, and etc., etc. So I was really excited. So I started playing it, and there's just some things that was really bugging me about it. For one, they don't have any updated sprites. So when you have like the cutscenes before the matches, like let's say in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters era, you go in Duelist Kingdom, and you got Kaiba in his Battle City outfit, and Weevil in his Battle City outfit, and all these things that you ask yourself, why couldn't they have just updated them to match the arc they are in? It feels really lazy that they would just spend all this time working on the game and not update that. Another thing I really wish they updated was the backgrounds for a lot of duels that you duel people in, and you have like a city or a grassy field, but there's no difference for anything, whether it's Pegasus Castle or like any place you fight in Battle City. When you fight Pegasus in the crescendo of Duelist Kingdom, the background is just grassy field. Why is it like that? Why is it when you fight Bones, it's not in a cave? There's just simple things like this that really shouldn't be hard to do. They just don't fix. And the same thing goes with when you summon big monsters. There's some special animations for monsters that when you summon. So far, I've only noticed for Dark Magician Girl, Red Eyes, Blue Eyes, Relinquish, and Flame Swordsman. And they're really brief. They look like something out of a PS2 cutscene. You wish they could kind of touch it up for modern gen stuff, make them a little bit longer, have the ability to skip them, because sometimes you kind of summon Dark Magician a lot, but then you notice there's one for Flame Swordsman, but none for any of the Egyptian god cards, the big cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! And they have one for Flame Swordsman. I get he's kind of like he's a big card for Joey, and then maybe they wanted 2 for Yugi, 2 for Joey, I don't know, but there is no god card animation. They couldn't have added that at least. Not to mention some other monsters that would have been cool to have, like maybe Time Wizard's Time Magic or Toon World or something cool. You don't get any of that, and there's no additional duels. They have all the DLC stuff from Legacy of the Duels, but they don't include additional duels like the Paradox Brothers or Esparoba or the whole Noah arc, even though they have the Orichalcos arc. And I get that's a full arc as opposed to the half arc, but they could have added the Virtual World arc or the Grand Championship stuff, because that's just extra duels you can have in there that you don't need to think about too much, because they all have preset decks. It's not like they don't have the cards in the game. Though maybe it's for the best, because most of the story decks suck. Because why would you give Kaiba a card like Ancient Rules or Weevil Ultra Cocoon of Evolution, and you get stuck with all like the crappy cards from before? Occasionally you get a newer one like Attack the Moon. Cool. But most of the time, yeah, you can't play with your own deck, but I think a lot of the fun and a lot of the challenge comes from the story deck, and the problem with that is that half the time, either you draw just overpowered monsters you can't do anything with, or weak monsters you can't do anything with, or your opponent just has a weird comeback with like a dark hole, or everyone has Swords of Revealing Light, and you're just kind of stuck there spending all this time trying to poke your opponent for game, and then they just beat you because of dumb luck. There's so much dumb luck over skill in this game, and while I really like playing it, and there's been ones that have been challenging, a lot of it still is kind of, alright, I hope this deck doesn't screw me over before my opponent, pulls something out of their ass. That's kind of just seems how it goes here. And I kind of wish maybe you could adjust to your deck, the story deck, a little bit. Like maybe have a pool of cards for that character you can kind of mix and match with, maybe. So it's not all just, you don't have a million chain destructions, but only draw into one intervention of light or something. You know what I mean? And I get it, story decks, it's preset. but I wish you had a little more customability. At least you can look into the deck. That would have been really cool. There's a lot of things, and this is just from Duelist Kingdom. I haven't even touched the GX era or 5Ds or anything, past that. This is just this, and it's kind of disappointing me that already you have all these things that they could have changed, it could have updated. It can't be that hard to do, and they just didn't. And that really sucks. That really disappoints me. But again, I will emphasize this. I still really enjoy the gameplay for what it presents. I'm still gonna play more of it because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! I still have fun with it. But as a game, as an updated version, that was kind of promised to be more than just re-releasing Legacy of the Duelist. It's such a letdown. I want to know what you all think about that. Do you agree with me? Do you think this is a letdown as well? Do you really have high hopes for this in the first place, or do you just not care because it's just another Yu-Gi-Oh game? Cool, awesome, great. Is that how you feel about it? Let me know in the comments down below or on Twitter at Janjo. And if you want me to do more Yu-Gi-Oh content, please let me know. I did have a poll about that in my community tab, but I always want more opinions about this stuff before I really jump into it. But that's enough of me rambling on and complaining about the game that I've also said I enjoy because, I'm so dichromatic like that. So yeah, until then, have a nice day.